In 2025, in a bustling city somewhere in the Midwest, I found myself standing outside a salon I hadn't meant to enter. I'm Emma, 32, a graphic designer who spent years hiding behind routine. Same job, same apartment, same long blonde hair. But that evening, something shifted. The salon's golden lights glowed against the October dusk, pulling me in like a moth to a flame. This is the story of how a haircut changed more than my reflection. It changed me. Based on true feelings, with a touch of magic for you, the listener. Let's step inside together. It was late October 2025, the kind of evening where the air smells of crisp leaves and coffee shops. I was walking home from a long day at my design studio, my laptop bag heavy on my shoulder, my long blonde hair tucked under a knit beanie. The city hummed around me, electric scooters zipping by, neon signs flickering to life. I wasn't looking for change. I was tired, craving my couch and a glass of Pinot. But then I passed Lux Studio, a sleek salon on 4th Street, its minimalist sign glowing in gold cursive. The windows spilled warm light onto the sidewalk, and inside I saw her, a stylist, moving with a quiet grace that stopped me cold. I don't know why I paused. My feet just stopped. My reflection stared back from the glass, my face half hidden behind strands of blonde hair I'd worn long since college. Safe, familiar, unchanging. But something in that warm light felt like an invitation. Before I could overthink it, my hand was on the handle, the bell chiming softly as I pushed the door open. The air inside was calm, clean, scented with lavender and eucalyptus, a far cry from the chemical tang of old-school salons. The space was modern, all white walls, rose gold accents, and lush green plants in ceramic pots. A low rhythm pulsed from hidden speakers, maybe a taiko track, soothing yet alive. I stood there, awkward, my boots scuffing the polished concrete floor. Then I saw her clearly, Lauren, the stylist, behind a sleek counter, her shoulder-length dark hair falling in loose waves that caught the golden light. She wore a fitted black blouse under a pale linen apron, tied neatly at her waist. Her movements were unhurried, confident, like she belonged to this space. Her hazel eyes lifted, and the room seemed to blur. Her smile was small, soft, but it reached her eyes, crinkling them at the corners. "Hi," she said, her voice low and steady with a faint Chicago lilt. "Do you have an appointment?" My throat tightened. I shook my head, feeling like an intruder. "No, I wasn't planning this, I just thought." My words trailed off, clumsy. I gestured vaguely at my hair, still tucked under my beanie. Lauren tilted her head, her eyes lingering on me with a patience that felt both calming and electric. Her lips curved again, warm and sure. "I can fit you in." The words landed like a promise, certain and inevitable. My chest tightened, but I nodded too quickly, my pulse racing. She gestured to a chair, and I followed, drawn in by something I couldn't name. The chair was black leather, sleek and modern, gleaming under the salon's golden pendant lights. A tall mirror stood in front, reflecting the minimalist decor and my nervous face. I lowered myself into the seat, my reflection staring back, long blonde hair spilling over my shoulders, my hazel eyes wide, my cheeks flushed from the October chill. I pulled off my beanie, letting my hair tumble down, a curtain I'd hidden behind for years. "Let's get you comfortable," Lauren murmured, her voice like a warm blanket. She unfolded a soft gray cape, slipping it over my shoulders with a smooth motion. As she fastened the clasp at the back of my neck, her fingertips brushed my skin, light but deliberate. A shiver ran through me, sharp and unexpected. Her breath grazed my cheek, faint and warm, as she adjusted the cape. I caught her reflection in the mirror, those hazel eyes meeting mine, steady, searching, like she saw more than I meant to show. She stepped behind me, picking up a comb and running it slowly through my hair, her touch gentle but firm. The mirror showed her focus, her waves glinting under the lights. "So," she said, her voice soft but deliberate, "what are we doing today?" I opened my mouth, the usual answer ready. A trim, half an inch, keep it safe, keep it me. But the words stuck. My reflection stared back, weighed down by years of sameness. Same job, same routines, same hair I'd clung to like a security blanket. Behind me, Lauren's eyes waited, patient, not pushing but somehow pulling me forward. "Something new," I said softly, surprising myself. "Something different, a change." The comb paused just for a moment. Our eyes met in the mirror, the silence stretching like a held breath. Lauren's lips curved into a gentle smile, her voice lower now, almost intimate. "I think you'd look incredible with a pixie cut." My breath caught. Heat crept up my neck, blooming across my cheeks. "That's shorter than I thought," I managed, my voice barely above a whisper. Her smile deepened, but her gaze held steady, unwavering. "It would frame your cheekbones, show your smile, bring out your eyes." Her words were simple, but they felt personal, like she'd studied my face and seen something I hadn't. I blushed harder, my gaze dropping to the cape. My reflection betrayed me, the flush vivid against my fair skin. I swallowed, my heart racing. "Okay," I whispered. "Do it." Lauren's smile widened, approval flickering in her eyes. "Good," she said, her voice warm and certain. She reached for her scissors, the metal gleaming as they opened with a crisp snap. The first lock fell, heavy and blonde, sliding down the cape to the floor. I gasped, my lips pressing together to stifle it. Lauren leaned closer, her voice soft near my ear. "It's only hair," she murmured, "and you're already beautiful." The words sank deep, warming my chest in a way that felt too big for a haircut. Snip after snip, my hair fell. Blonde strands brushed down the cape, piling in my lap, scattering across the concrete floor. Each cut shifted my reflection, my face emerging, my cheekbones sharper, my eyes more open. I stared, unsure if I was watching my hair vanish or my old self unravel. Lauren's fingers brushed my cheek as she tucked a strand away, her touch lingering just a moment too long. Our eyes met in the mirror, and my breath stuttered. We talked in fragments, me mentioning a novel I'd read, The Night Circus, her humming along to a song on the speakers, Phoebe Bridgers maybe. But the silences were heavier, charged, like the air before a storm. Her presence felt like a current pulling me in. The clippers came to life, their hums soft but steady, filling the space between us. Lauren's hand rested on my shoulder, grounding me. Her other hand brushed a strand from my neck, fingertips grazing my skin as she adjusted the cape. The touch was warm, deliberate, making my breath falter. "Ever felt this against your scalp?" she asked. Her voice intimate, almost a whisper. I shook my head quickly. "No." Her smile deepened. "Trust me," she murmured. "It's softer than it sounds, you might even like it." Heat flooded my cheeks. I nodded, unable to speak. The clippers grazed my nape, warm metal vibrating softly. A shiver shot down my spine, sharp and electric. My hands tightened on the armrests, my breath hitching. Lauren leaned closer, her voice brushing my ear. "See, not so bad." The clippers moved upward, deliberate and slow, the hum filling my ears. Fine blonde strands lifted, drifting across the cape like feathers. I felt exposed, stripped bare, but safe in her hands. My eyes closed briefly, overwhelmed by the sensation, the warmth, the vibration, her nearness. When I opened them, her hazel eyes were waiting in the mirror, steady, watching me with a quiet intensity. "Still okay?" she asked softly, her hand squeezing my shoulder. "Yes," I whispered, my voice trembling. "Just different." Her fingers traced the edge of my newly shorn hair, brushing my neck. "Different is beautiful," she said, her voice quiet but sure. The words felt bigger than the haircut, sinking into me like a truth I hadn't faced. By the time the clippers fell silent, my reflection was unrecognizable. The long blonde curtain was gone, replaced by a sleek pixie cut, short, textured, framing my face in a way that felt bold and raw. My cheekbones stood out, my hazel eyes brighter, my smile exposed. Lauren stepped in front of me, blocking the mirror. Her hand lifted, tilting my chin gently upward. Her fingers brushed my skin, guiding her comb along my jawline for the finishing touches. The contact was soft, deliberate, lingering. "Almost done," she whispered, her voice low and close. My chest tightened, the air thick with everything unsaid, every glance, every touch, every pause. The last snip echoed, the scissors lowered, but she didn't step back. Her hand stayed warm on my shoulder, her hazel eyes holding mine. "You look," she began, then faltered, her lips parting. No words came. The silence stretched, heavy, electric. My hand lifted, trembling, brushing her cheek. The contact broke something open, a wall I hadn't known I'd built. Lauren leaned in slowly, giving me every chance to pull away. Our foreheads touched first, breaths mingling uneven. Her eyes held mine, caught in the same gravity. Then our lips met, soft, tentative, searching, then deeper, firmer, as if all the silences and glances had found their place. The salon blurred, the mirrors, the lights, the hair scattered on the floor. None of it mattered. When we pulled apart, our foreheads rested together, breath steadying. Neither of us spoke. We didn't need to. Lauren's hand lifted, brushing a short strand from my face. Her smile was soft, certain, her whisper steady. Perfect. I left Lux Studio that night, my pixie cut cool against my neck, the October air sharp on my exposed skin. The city felt different, brighter, alive, like I was seeing it for the first time. Lauren's number was in my phone, a promise of coffee tomorrow. But it wasn't just the haircut or the kiss that changed me. It was the courage to step through that door, to let go of the familiar, to embrace the unknown. I walked home, my reflection catching in shop windows. A new Emma, bold, unhidden, ready for whatever came next.